Hi everyone, welcome to Gnan Cloud Garage. In this session, I'm going to talk about how to resolve ESXi host PSOD caused by the async qedi driver. PSOD, as per our previous discussion, PSOD full form is purple screen of death. It is similar like normally in a Windows systems, either it is a client system like laptops or desktops, Windows client OSs, sometimes it will show us as a blue screen issue, and same way in the Windows Server OS also we may get the error messages blue screen issue. Similarly, in our ESXi environment, whenever ESXi host affected, causing it's generally caused by various factors, it's affected the issue, we call it as a, it will shows the screen as a purple screen and it will return some error descriptions. So that short form we call it as ESXi host purple screen of death, PSOD. And generally, PSOD can cause by so many scenarios, but this session I'm focusing on one scenario, that is QEDI driver. Okay, so let's quickly start the what is the main symptoms. So before we start resolving the ESXi host PSOD issue, first understand the symptoms. So symptoms can be, first scenario is ESXi host configured hardware iSCSI or software iSCSI hit PSOD randomly. That is one symptom. Another symptom, ESXi host is not responding and the VM kernel log file contains alerts and other related messages described as a, the alert message clearly having a message, it includes VM HPA. HPA means host bus adapter, and QEDI. Here QEDI means, generally QEDI full form is Q logic extended data integrity. So this driver also causes the PSOD issue, or it causes the ESXi host not responding issue. And PSOD screen, how it looks like is, see, this is how it looks like. Let's say when we ESX is affected with PSOD, we can see the screen is purple screen and it have a some of the messages. So generally, as we aware, ESXi PSOD errors can be caused by various factors. It's including hardware failures, driver issues, incompatible software, and some scenarios incorrect configuration settings. So, but for this symptom, if you notice, the first line clearly says that PF exception 14 in world 2098.13, there is one world number and clearly says it is pointing to VMNIC2. That is one clue, and there is some additional error codes information is written, and one another code, second code is clearly says other pCPU, that means physical CPU is in panic, and that panic messages, if you see, all messages pointing to VM HBA. So same like our VM kernel log file, VM HBA, and there is some HBA ID number. Here our HBA ID number is VM HBA 64, and the driver is, as we know, QLogic extended data integrity driver. It is pointing to the, this is the second clue. So using these clues, we can find a solution. Okay, and as I mentioned, QEDI stands for QLogic Extended Data Integrity, and the driver is developed by QLogic Corporation. Okay, so whenever we find this PSOD error, we already found some findings. First finding is, we have the clue is this error is mainly caused by VMNIC2, that is the our ESXi host physical uplink, and another clue is VMHBA64 and driver name is QEDI driver. Okay, so the same point we can discuss now. So observation and findings. So using either a software iSCSI or hardware iSCSI at a time is only supported configuration. So as per VMware, or even for any of the authorized specific storage vendor or hardware HPE or any of the third-party hardware vendor, they recommend to maintain within our ESXi host hardware, we should use either one model of iSCSI. Either we can stick to the software iSCSI or we can stick to the hardware iSCSI. If we plan to use both simultaneously, may causing a communication issue or ESXi host not responding or disconnected issues. So that is our finding is based on the error messages. Now, so now what is the solution? The general solution based on the error message, we understand that the only resolution is ensure to use only ESXi host supported iSCSI configuration, either software iSCSI or hardware iSCSI. So if you use only software, the issue will not reoccur again. Or if you use only hardware iSCSI, issue will not reoccur. But the procedure is, it will be vary from depends on the hardware model, storage model, and also the ESXi versions. So that is the reason whenever we have a purple screen of death issue, what we have to do is the first primary troubleshooting. We know when we see this error screen, there is no troubleshooting steps to implement on the live. So what we can do is we can get the necessary internal approval. We can reset the server. That is the first troubleshooting step. But after that, definitely our customer or our immediate manager, they definitely ask what is the preventive action, how we are going to prevent this PSOD issue in future occurrences. So that scenario only we need these resolution steps. So resolution steps based on the PSOD direct error and symptoms, we understand that it is using both hardware iSCSI and software iSCSI. So we have to keep only one model of iSCSI and remove the other model. Okay, and which one to remove and all, we have to get the official confirmation from the principal vendor. Principal vendor means either we can export the logs and send it to the VMware support technical support team, or another scenario, you can also get the second opinion from the hardware vendor. If your hardware is HPE, you can contact the HPE tech support team, and if your storage is Nimble, you can contact the Nimble support, also get the second opinion. Okay, once you get the principal vendor confirmation, then only you can decide to remove one model of iSCSI on your hardware. Then our PSOD, this symptom of PSOD issue will not reoccur. Okay, but how we are going to perform and all, let me log into our system and show you what is the differences. So let me log into our lab system and log into the vCenter server. When we log into the vCenter server, currently I can choose one affected issue, one of the ESXi host. I will show you the troubleshooting steps. See, currently within our cluster, when I log into the vCenter, we have one data center, one cluster. Cluster is running with a 4 ESXi host. Within the 4 ESXi host, we got this issue, PSOD issue on ESXi 3. So this ESXi 3 only we are going to do the troubleshooting steps. To verify the ESXi host 3 VM HPA details, generally we should go to the configuration tab. Under configuration tab, we have a multiple section: storage, networking, virtual machine. So under storage section, select the storage adapter. In the right pan, you can verify all the storage adapters details. So we have VMHBA 0, VMHBA 66, 64, 65. There is a HBA numbers. But as per our PSOD error, the error clearly says, if we go back to previous slide, our error clearly pointing to the HBA ID is 64. Okay, so back to the lab system again, see 64. So this 64 is the having the PSOD error. And if you see here in the status, we can see this is currently 66 is online and remaining 2 are unbound. Even though if it is unbound status, but it is only causing the ESXi server PSOD. But same behavior we can observe on other ESXi hosts. What is the status of storage adapters? Select the ESX1, go to the configuration tab, storage adapter. We can see only VMHBA 0. This is a default one. Its status is unknown. And the VMHBA 66. This is a iSCSI software adapter and it is online status, but there is no 64 and 65. That means no hardware iSCSI adapters. Okay, and verify on ESX2. There is no hardware iSCSI adapter. Same way in ESX4, we have only iSCSI software, there is no hardware adapter. So that is the reason there is no impact on ESX 1, 2, and 4. Currently, we have PSOD issue only on the ESXi 3. So currently, when we got the PSOD issue, I already restarted the ESX with interest of our time. Host is back online. Now we are going to perform the troubleshooting steps, how we are going to remove this HBA 64 and 65. But to how we are removing and all these steps, we always recommend to get it from our principal vendor. With the given principal vendor recommended steps only, we have to perform. Okay, so currently our ESXi host hardware is HPE hardware, HPE Synergy 480 generation 10, and we are using the data store. Our storage is Nimble storage, and even our VMware product is ESX version 7.0 update 3. So this is our three products. So who is our product vendors? We have to contact the product vendors, VMware, HPE, and Nimble support. After contacting all the three technical support team, finally we can conclude the decision and perform the troubleshooting steps. So those steps, what they're recommending is we have to stick with a software iSCSI. So now I'm going to explain you the resolution steps. So the first point is place the host into maintenance mode. So we already know how to place the host into maintenance mode. Just right click the host, maintenance, enter maintenance mode. So when we select enter maintenance mode, all our ESXi host virtual machines will be migrated to the another ESXi host. And we can monitor the status from task tab. Monitor task tab. Currently ESXi host maintenance is in progress, and virtual machines also automatically migrating to another ESXi host. So once the ESX host is maintenance mode, uh, as I mentioned, we have to going to keep only the software iSCSI, and we are planning to remove the hardware iSCSI. If you are doing a hardware level changes, the blind thumb rule is we need a ESXi host should be powered off state. So once the host is in the maintenance mode, if you see from the summary tab, our host status is maintenance status. So now we are good to shut down. Either we can shut down from here, or you can shut down from the either you can shut down using ILO, or you can shut down using OneView. Any way we can use. Okay, so if you want to shut down from here, power, and you can use shutdown. So you can enter the reason. Let's say reason is we are going to perform the maintenance. What is our maintenance task? We are removing a hardware HBA card. So select the keep the maintenance and click on OK. If you want to write the full description, we can write the full description and click on OK, so that the host will be shut down. It may take a while to shut down. Currently, initiate host shutdown is completed. Okay, so currently it is a HPE Synergy compute node. So for Synergy compute node, generally we'll use the centralized monitoring tool that is called OneView. So log into the OneView console. From the OneView console, we can verify the ESX status. So once we log into the OneView dashboard, go to the server hardware section and see this ESX, select the ESX3 and our ESX3. If you want to see the status, you can just go to the ILO. So ILO is we are integrated lights out. We can see the server status, whether it is completely powered off or not. See, currently server status is powered off. Okay, we can see the status here, or else if you go to the power tab, even in the power tab, it says system power is completely off. Okay, so once the system is powered off, we have to validate the settings. So this settings, how we are going to do is under ESX3, currently ESX3 is mapped with a server profile that is called ESX3. So open the server profile. Okay, within the ESXi server profile, there is option to edit. So when you click on edit, within the ESXi3 profile edit, we can see scroll down, we can look into a multiple connections. So these connections include a network connections, and also we have a iSCSI connections. So as per the principal vendor recommendation, if you are planning to remove the HBA card, hardware HBA card, what the solution is, we have to change iSCSI connection type must be changed to the function type must be changed to Ethernet. If you want to modify this one, just click on edit. Sorry, I just click on delete actually. If you want to edit this function type also, when you click on pencil button, there is no option to edit option. Okay, so that is the reason what we can do is we can delete the iSCSI and recreate the new connection. Okay, so I'm just deleting the iSCSI. There are two connections, so I'm deleting the iSCSI 1 deleted already. I'm deleting the iSCSI 2 now and creating a new iSCSI connection, and the function type we can make it as a Ethernet. Okay, that is a solution given by principal vendor. So now click on close. Okay, two iSCSI connections are deleted. That means HBA card connections are deleted. Hardware HBA is deleted. So now click on add connection. We have to make the two iSCSI connection as Ethernet connections. So type iSCSI 1 and we have to choose that function type. So function type as Ethernet, and also we have to choose the specific network. We have iSCSI 1, iSCSI 2. We can choose specifically for 1 and 2, or you can use a group iSCSI set. Okay, and port, we have to choose the port as well. This port can be used whatever the available ports. Currently I'm choosing 3.1c. Okay, this information, if we are unsure also, we can get the principal vendor help. They will also help to create these connections. Okay, so and the link aggregation group default none, and requested bandwidth 2.5 Gbps, and the remaining options you can just keep it as it is. Click on add. So now iSCSI 1 connection is added. Okay, and what is the function type we choose? Function type we choose as a Ethernet, but previously the connection type was iSCSI. Now we modify to Ethernet. Okay, and similarly we are going to add another iSCSI connection. Click on add connection and choose the name as iSCSI 2. This naming convention and all you can follow based on your organization instructions. But our main troubleshooting step is function step. We are modifying from iSCSI to Ethernet. That means removing the, in other words, we are removing the hardware HBA card. Okay, and the network also you can choose, depends on your organization instructions. So currently we are using a iSCSI set, and the port also you can choose what is the available ports you have. You can choose accordingly. Let's say I'm choosing 3.2c as per our instruction office instructions, and link aggregation group is none. Requested remaining option, leave it as it is and click on add. So we successfully removed the iSCSI previous connections and added two iSCSI connection, and also we modified the function type as Ethernet. Okay, now click on OK. So when you click on OK, this parameters is going to update. So we have to wait for a while until this update is finished. See, connections are currently 2. Once it is updated, this connection type is changed to 4. So let's monitor the screen for a while until the update complete. See, applying server hardware settings. So we are modified directly on the hardware level. That is the reason we powered off the ESX server. Generally, for hardware changes, we cannot perform when the server is powered on state. See, the connection type is 4 and it is almost going to finish. Okay, see now the update is completed. It took 1 minute 8 seconds. Okay, and what we can do now, the connection is completely up. If you want to power on, you can just go to the one view again, go to the server hardware and select the ESXi 3. Either you can power on from the here ILO console power on, that is one option, and another option is even from one view also select the ESX3, go to the action tab and power on. Any method you can use. Okay, so even from ILO also you can just click on power button, press momentary press, click on OK. So now the server power on is in progress. So ESX boot up may take a while. See, currently ESX is going to boot up. So in the meantime, until the ESXi host come back online, let me explain the few points from the slide. So whatever the task we performed, I just highlighted in our slide. See, we place the host into maintenance mode, we shut down the ESXi host, and what we did, we reviewed the ESXi host iSCSI function type, and it should be set to Ethernet. But currently, our specific ESX3 iSCSI function type was set to iSCSI state. So iSCSI means it is a hardware HBA. So what we did is we have to, if it is not set to Ethernet, delete the existing iSCSI connection type. So we did the same. We deleted the iSCSI 1 and iSCSI 2, and we created a new iSCSI connection type with Ethernet as the function type. So same step we performed. And finally, what we have to do, we can power on the ESXi host. Okay, so currently ESXi host power on is in progress. Okay, so until this step we completed. Now back to our lab screen. See, ESX power on is still in progress. Once the ESXi host is powered on completely, we have to verify some additional steps. What are all the additional steps are? We did a modification on the storage adapter level. So this storage adapter information we have to validate. See, whatever the previously we validated from vCenter, for ESX1 and ESX2, when we go to the configure tab, storage adapters, we have storage adapters only software iSCSI. There is no hardware iSCSI. Same way, our expected result on ESX3 should be only software iSCSI. VMHBA 64 and 65 must be removed because we already did modification on the hardware level. Okay. So host reboot still booting in progress. So in the meantime, let me cover the validation steps from this slide. So same steps I highlighted here, what we are going to verify. iSCSI storage adapter validation. So remove hardware iSCSI VMHBA 65 and 66 from the configuration. So this one we already performed now. Sorry, there is a typo. The adapter type is 6465. Sorry for the typo. Let me save. Okay, and confirm the software iSCSI 66. Let me verify the numbering is correct or not. Yeah, 66 only refers as a iSCSI software adapter. Okay, so this is the our validation step. And another step is, once we validated only software iSCSI is available, still we have to recommend to perform rescan the storage to detect the changes. Okay, once the rescan is completed, ensure that shared data store is accessible and functioning normally. Okay, so this is the 4 steps we are going to verify now. So again, go back to our vCenter. See, currently ESXi3 is in maintenance mode. Go to the summary tab. Currently its uptime is 59 seconds. Okay, even from the ILO screen, ESXi host 3 is completely back online. Okay, so now what we can do is, what is our validation step? First, go to the configure tab, validate iSCSI storage adapter. So under storage adapter section, if you see here 66 iSCSI software adapter only present and configured correctly. So configuration part is how we can verify is select the storage and go to the dynamic discovery. There is some iSCSI server addresses, and in the devices tab, it must have a storage disk is detected. It is a nimble storage is detected. That is the called configuration validation. Okay. And this next step is, there is no physical hardware HBA cards here. The VM HBA 64 and 65 are already removed. So that is our second validation. And what is the next recommendation? We have to do a rescan storage. So we are going to rescan the storage now. Again, click on OK, because we did some hardware level changes. Go to the monitor task and verify the rescan status here. So currently rescan VMFS, rescan all HBA is completed. Once rescan is completed, go to the data store tab and verify our shared storage is coming from Nimble. Even Nimble also HPE storage only. So HPE Nimble storage is currently accessible to ESX3. So data store validation also completed. So this is how we can resolve the ESXi host PSOD issue caused by the async qedi. That means Q logic extended data integrity driver. Okay, hope you understand the troubleshooting resolution steps and validation steps. And last but not the least, eventually when we follow these steps to avoid potential disconnect issues with iSCSI configuration and to maintain a stable ESXi host environment. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you. If you're watching this video first time, please do view, like, share, and subscribe to the Gnan Cloud Garage channel. If you are already subscribed, I appreciate all your support. Bye for now.